So we all know Alyssa Milano, right? She's a hot chick who was remembered for being hot years ago. She's done nothing else apart from being an attractive woman in a previous life. Now, as is wont to happen, when a smoking hot chick gets old and loses what made people pay attention to them, their looks, and poor old Alyssa has certainly had that happen to her, these old washed up ex-hot chicks go insane because they're obsessed with the attention they used to get. But now they're just another old broad who no one wants to sleep with. That attention is forever gone, which drives them mad. And so they set out for a quest for attention in a new way. Another ex-hot chick, Chrissy Teigen's case. She had plastic surgery to look like a chipmunk, which was an unusual strategy, but it certainly got attention. But like I said, these women go insane without attention. That's all they want. In Alyssa Milano's case, she decided to go down the route of being the stupid, most narcissistic person that ever lived, to the point where I question whether this is a very clever bit, because personally, I've never met anyone who comes even close to this level of idiocy this chick displays on a daily basis. It's so staggering, you start thinking, this can't be real, it must be scripted. If someone were this stupid, there's no way they could figure out how to breathe. Obviously, at the start of the pandemic, she went viral for lecturing everyone to wear a mask while posting pictures of her in her homemade mask, which was crocheted and had huge holes of it, which was pretty funny. Then she made a video about how she was losing her hair because she's getting old, it happens. But because she was molting, that meant everyone should go out and get vaccinated. Now, YouTube, I would like to keep my channel. I'm not saying people shouldn't go out and get vaccinated. I don't care about that. Do whatever you want. It's not my problem. I'm saying these two things aren't related. Some old hag going bald because she's old isn't a call to action for getting vaccinated. They're two unrelated things. Please, no bully. But recently, the quest for attention from Alyssa has really ramped up. I don't know what's happened in her personal life, but she's gone nuts. She claimed to have got arrested for some stupid protest about voting rights where racists and scream about black people being too stupid to have an ID or something. And yesterday, she started on a one-woman spurgout the likes of which the world has never seen before. She begged for attention in possibly the most bizarre fashion of all time, where she told the New York Post that giving birth to her children reminded her of being sexually assaulted. The New York Times printed the story, and then Alyssa, unhappy with the amount of attention she got for it, decided to go on the attack and said not to reduce it to the headline that the New York Post published it under. I mean, it has to have a headline. It's an article. And oh yeah, I almost forgot to say about how she thought her having 2 miscarriages was punishment for having hundreds of abortions in the 90s. Well, I mean, it's not punishment. You're probably fucking your insides up a little bit. You've probably done some damage. Now, I told you this lunatic was batshit insane. Those poor kids, they stand no chance of being brought up by this person who, by rights, if this isn't an act, needs to be in an asylum. She's gonna kill people when she's really dried up just to get people to look at her again. There's never been someone this desperate for attention like her. And then, obviously, she shills her book, which is coming out, which I assume is why this weird attention seeking is happening. And she uses the term birthing people because apparently people like me can get pregnant nowadays. It must be some sort of scientific breakthrough no one told me about. And oh yeah, look, there's so much. I just keep on remembering stuff. It's like she posted a meme about the richest 1% doing the most damage to the planet without realizing she is the 1% and she's talking about herself. But now we get to the coup de grace. She spends her entire life on Twitter talking about politics and COVID, two things she knows absolutely nothing about, and has somehow amassed 3.6 million followers. All of them totally legit, of course. Never mind her tweets hardly get any interaction for that kind of number. But what do I know? They're totally real followers. So the stupidest person on the planet decided to post a poll about whether parents of kids from 5 to 11 will get their kids vaccinated. She supposedly got a very large, very livable, very I trust literally everything a government official ever says and will ever say audience, right? This should be a sort of very standard, of course I will get them vaccinated type poll, right? Well, you'd be incorrect if you ever thought that. 150,000 votes later and 91% of people would never get their kids vaccinated. This is quite a hilarious humiliation for one of the biggest vaccine shills on the entire internet. And also, a total humiliation of how fake her follower count is. She has almost no fans to even out the vote. Again, YouTube, I'm not here to talk about vaccines. That's not the point of this. But I also know a lot of these votes, while they might agree with what they are voting for, they're just voting to fuck over Alyssa Milano because they don't like her. Yet she has so few actual active fans, they accounted for 8% of the vote. I say it a lot, but you love to see it, don't you? And just bear this in mind. A lot of these so-called big voices online, most of it's all fake. It's all fake followers, fake interaction. The real popularity is always shown when someone gets trolled into oblivion. And it's almost always nothing. That's it for today's video. Don't forget to like and share the video and subscribe to see more content like this. Thanks, boy.